Welcome everyone to this training, this special 3-day challenge on hard coherence. And day number 2, I am a PhD Fernando coach. My name is Fernando Marengo Rodriguez, Doctor of Engineering, holistic coach, and biofeedback trainer. And today I have a very, very, very powerful tool to share with you. 2 very powerful tools, actually. One of them I will share in a little bit, and the other one later today. So welcome here, Jess, Christine, and everyone else who is already watching the replay. How are you doing, Jess and Christine? Would you like to share only a little bit how you have been feeling while you perform the exercise and after doing the exercise? Feel free to share, please.
Oh, thanks for
Go ahead. You go ahead.
No, please go.
Yeah, I'm good. I did it. I practiced some more last night and then also this morning, and I enjoyed it.
Wonderful. Is it for you some kind of just like any meditation, or did you feel something different?
I mean, I definitely felt some expansion in my chest, which I loved. And yeah, I think it's just, honestly, I did it like right before I started my meditation. So I think it helped kind of ground me a little bit better into my heart, which was beautiful. So very thankful for that.
Thank you, Christine. You just did 6 minutes of practice. We actually are meant to do 10 minutes of daily practice.
Oh,
Today
I did 10 this morning.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So today we're going to do a little bit longer, 10 minutes, I think. And
Cool.
yes, and then I will share how we will do that. So before getting more into that, how have you been feeling, Jess? Did you feel any difference? Any insights that you want to share?
Yeah, I felt different. And what I did was usually when I wake up, I have a process. So I just incorporated into the process of my wake up routine. And I felt like I was more like, when I woke up, it was quieter now. Like it wasn't as busy. But I'm incorporating it into my process. So it was good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So this is amazing because every successful entrepreneur has a morning routine, right? Or morning ritual.
Yeah.
And what I learned from my spiritual mentor, Surjan Solar, is that a morning ritual is extremely powerful. Ritual is different from routine. Routine is something that we do on automatic mode. Ritual is when we do something with full awareness, full attention in what we're doing. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So when we are doing something with full attention, this is where we are open to new level of awareness. And this is what every spiritual teacher teaches, right? How to get to new level of awareness. If we just perform routine, we're just doing things on automatic mode, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it means we're not paying full attention to what we are doing. As long as we start to pay attention to the details of what we are doing, to how we feel, to how is the temperature in our body, to how our heart beats, we get self-awareness of what's happening in our body, self-awareness in our mind, self-awareness in our emotions, and also self-awareness when we get quantum leaps. One day we will wake up and do this morning ritual, and then we can start to get messages from our higher self or from source, right? So this is the most powerful thing we can get, and there is no artificial intelligence that can do this, and there will never be any artificial intelligence that can do this, because this is our most powerful tool that we have, is our creative and intuitive mind. Most people are just associating them with the rational mind, but they forget about the creative and intuitive mind.
Right.
And the artificial intelligence is very good at rational thinking and gathering all type of information and in just a few seconds, which is fantastic. But if we are using only our rational mind, we cannot compete with AI. However, if we start to use our creative and intuitive mind, and most of all our connection to our higher self, to the source, that's where the magic happens. That's where there is no artificial intelligence that can get the right download, because this is our inner technology and this is our superpower. And both of you, Jess and Christine, are, if not already connected, very, 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 very close to get connected to the source permanently. Permanently. I feel one of you is already connecting to the source almost at will, and the other one of you is very, 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 very close. Maybe you're not aware, but you will see once. And the powerful tool in order how to get connected to the source or to our higher self, that is where heart coherence comes into place, right? Because, and this is the most powerful tool that I want to share with you. And pay attention to this. Pay attention to this, please. Most meditations, people are told to perform different kind of imagination process. Okay, be aware of your be aware of your fingers, of your shoes, of your feet, of your legs, of your hands, and be aware of any part of your body. Now imagine that something else is happening, which is totally fine. Here, what we're going to do, we are going to explain you what is already going on in your body, supported by scientific evidence. At the same time, you are guided in this breathing exercise. This is extraordinary. This is really, 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 really powerful. And I saw nobody else doing this. Maybe there should be someone else in the world doing this, but I guarantee that this is the first time you're going to do this, because what happens in our body is that when we perform heart coherence, I mean conscious breath, according to scientific studies, at the same time we perform the mantra Om, our right amygdala in the brain inhibits. So when it inhibits, their fight or flight response gets inhibited, and the parasympathetic nervous system can be already a little bit more activated, which is the rest and digest mode. The sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, and the amygdala plays a crucial role into this. It will get a little bit inhibited. And the rest and digest mode will say, okay, I will come into my place, the place that is already mine. So I'm going to explain a little bit of more details about this during the heart coherence exercise. So that is why I told you about two things in one, theory and practice. Theory by saying, okay, this is what's already happening. I can show you the graphics, I can show you, oh yes, how it works, but it will be only in your rational mind. And then say, okay, we're not now going to do the practice, which is wonderful, which is totally fine. Now we're going to do some kind of breathing exercise. Here, what we're going to do is something a little bit different. Here, I will explain you what is happening inside our body. At the same time, you feel that. Not only you understand, but also you feel that. And once you feel that, you will never again forget this in your life. You will get a sensation and say, oh yes, I don't have to remember what is stimulated. I already felt that. That is the power of this. That's the tremendous power we have. And once we get into emotional balance, that's when we can get connection to the source, directly to the source. So yes, heart coherence is very useful to bring emotional balance to our autonomic nervous system. But that's not the ultimate outcome. what we want to do is to get this intermediate outcome, to get the other outcome, which is connection to the source. And when we get connection to the source, we can get tremendous amount of downloads or just the right information coming to you about what needs to happen for your personal, professional, or spiritual life. Do you understand what it means, Jess? Christine, do you have any question about this?
No, sounds beautiful.
Yeah, sounds great.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Speaking my language.
Yes, 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 yes. So yes, this is something really, really wonderful. So let me share with you something that I have here. Before getting into the exercise, I will do the exercise. At the same time, I put play here on this video. Let me share here what we have here. I will show you the game that is already part of our heart coherence exercise, okay? So I will show you here. Okay, I think it's already connected. We scan. Okay, I will show you something. This is the other important thing I wanted to share. This is our ENSA biofeedback device. You can use our protocol with any device, but preferably this device, the ENSA biofeedback device. So the recommended thing is that you perform this kind of biofeedback training, which just consists of just 5 weekly sessions of 40 minutes each, using this kind of device. So what does this device do? It collects the data coming from this earlobe that you see here on the computer. This earlobe has an optical detector and an LED. So the light that goes from the LED to the optical detector, it goes through the tissue that I have here in my earlobe. And as you know very well, the amount of light that gets to the optical detector depends on the amount of blood that is circulating in my earlobe. And the amount of blood, you already know, is varying according to the heartbeats. So this is where the main information is obtained. It's acquired, it's then processed here in our hardware, and then it is shown on screen in this game that I will share with you. Let me share the screen here. And I'm showing you this game because we are going to do the exercise at the same time we use this game. This is the most exciting thing that you can use. So as you see, this is the game that we have here. We just adjust the breathing time, inhalation and exhalation time. Inhale when it goes up and exhale when it goes down, okay? Inhale goes up and exhale goes down. I can adjust this to 5-second exhale, 5-second exhale. We can adjust here for 5 and 6 seconds. Generally, what we use is the breathing exercise for each person. During the session, what we do is the following. In the first session, we ask the user to breathe normally, okay? We can breathe normally. For instance, as I am talking here, we can start the game here. Let me check. Okay, it is already flying. This character, Super Mario Bros. Is already flying. This is the number that really matters. This is a number that is called heart rate variability score or HRV score, right? This is an indicator of the state of peace. It has to be as high as possible. So here it is 69, 70, 74, 54, 55, 59. It varies. The more peaceful I am, the higher it gets. Now you see, when I start to talk, I'm not that relaxed, so it will get down a little bit. Then you will see because my breathing pattern modifies and it is not that smooth, right? Then you will see that now it decreases, right? This is the score HRV decreases. So what do we do here? We ask for the other person to try this device, and this can work remotely, right? You can ask the other person to use it, and at the same time you measure this, you ask the other person to breathe normally for just 2 minutes, okay? Just 2 minutes. Breathe normally for just 2 minutes. And then you can say, okay, you can now relax, and I will save the data, okay, on my computer. And then I will ask the other person to make another measurement of 2 minutes by inhaling for 5 seconds and exhaling for 5 seconds. We can ask the other person to just follow the breath pacer. Goes up here, goes down here. We can just use the visual reference, this reference, the pacer that we have here, or we can perform the auditory reference, which is the drumming and mantras, right? So it's up to each one of us how to use it. For the visual people, they need this reference. For the auditory people, they do need some kind of auditory stimulus, such as a drumming, which is totally fine. Then we measure that amount for the state of peace or for those 2 minutes. And then we ask the user to breathe, inhaling for, let's do 6 seconds and 6 seconds. 6 seconds inhale, and then 6 seconds exhale. Okay, so that's what we can do here. And then we save the data and we analyze the data. And then the 7, likewise, we're going to do for 7 and 7 seconds, right? 7 and 7 seconds. So that's what's already happening in each person. So what do we do then? Then we measure for each of these cases, which is the optimal breathing pattern. I mean, which breathing pattern allowed the user to get the highest score, the highest HRV score. And that is closer to the resonance frequency, to their optimum breathing pattern. Then we fine-tune into that with our protocol. And then we ask the user to say, okay, just focus on Super Mario already flying as high as possible. And what the user, what is going to do is to adjust a little bit the breathing pattern so that they are as calm as possible. That is how it works. Very, 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 very simple, as you can see. That's why this device is used. So now what we can do, we can just use this. Yes, we can do this exercise, inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 6 seconds. We can use for 6.5 seconds. In some cases, we need to adjust the inhalation and exhalation time. For instance, how can we adjust them? The ratio between the exhalation and inhalation time is 3/2 to 2/1. For instance, it could be inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 6 seconds. That is a ratio 3/2. Or if the person is already very, very, very anxious and they need to activate a little bit more the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode, they do need double the time of exhalation. This is the ratio 2/1, okay? Why this? Because inhalation time is associated with the sympathetic nervous system, and the exhalation time is associated with the parasympathetic nervous system. It means that the parasympathetic nervous system is activated or stimulated as twice as much as the sympathetic nervous system, right? Of course, there are more scientific studies about this, and I won't get into more details about this for now. But for now, this is all what we need to know. So now we can do the practice, and we can already start to feel the benefits, okay, of how it feels like. So could you please tell me if you prefer 4 seconds inhale and 6 seconds exhale? Which ratio is, do you feel it's more comfortable for you, Jess and Christine?
I would say 4-6 for me, but I'm
Wonderful.
cool with whatever. I can try whatever.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
That works
For you,
for me too.
Christine? Yes, please.
That works for me too.
Oh,
The
wonderful.
6, yeah.
Wonderful. So let's do that. And I will play the drumming just for the auditory reference. If for any case you feel like modifying a little bit this breathing pattern, feel free to do that, okay? I mean, for now you can stick on the first few seconds, you can stick to this 4-6 pattern, right? But if you feel like, oh, I'm more relaxed, I want to exhale for a little bit longer, that's totally fine. And I feel like doing 4-7 seconds or 4-8 seconds, that's totally fine. Feel free to do what feels natural for you, okay? So
Okay.
we can start right now. So you can inhale a little bit and release. Once more, inhale and release tensions. Breathe in, inhale, wonderful. Let's get into this. To do the breathing exercise. Just surrender to the process. And let's inhale for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 6. Continue. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue breathing slowly and deeply. Continue to feel this wonderful sensation as long as you feel the stimulation of the vagus nerve that connects your heart to your brain. As you inhale and exhale, on purpose, very slowly and deeply. This will allow your heart to tell your brain that you are in a safe space. The brain, what only does is to adjust the heart rhythm to go up and down, to go up when we inhale and go down while you exhale. And then the vagus nerve also contains some connections to your ears, and you can feel those connections. And this auditory stimuli through the drumming and through these mantras and light language will allow the vagus nerve to detect a wonderful sensation, telling your brain that you are in a safe space and allowing the parasympathetic nervous system to get a little bit more activated. The rest and digest mode, they are no longer forgotten. They are where they need to be. Your digestive system is more activated. You feel more relaxed. Especially during these mantras and during this light language. You can touch gently your chest with your hands, and you can feel your heartbeats with your hand. Feel the gentle heartbeats in your heart. And now that you are certain that this is a safe space for you, you can ask a question from your heart, a question related to a problem that you want to solve. Just ask the question with without expectation, and then release that question to the universe. Allow your higher self and the universe to give you the right insight and the right sensation for you to find the right answer. Now that you feel at peace with this wonderful sensation, you can express your gratitude for Mother Earth, for this wonderful sensation. And after you feel this, slowly, you can come back here. How are you both feeling?
Great, thank you.
Hello, Maria. We just did this wonderful exercise. Then we will share this with you, okay?
Okay, okay.
Christine, are you okay? Now I cannot hear you. And And this is serious, Christine. But I
Thank you.
can feel a tremendous sense of peace on your side.
Okay, I got it. You're correct.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. So, which is the feeling or the, if you would like to share the answer or the question that you're having feeling, feel free to share, please. Is that fine with you, Jess and Christine?
Go ahead, Jess.
It's just more calmness, basically. That's the best feeling the word I can use to describe it is more calmness.
Yeah, calm is exactly what I would say too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
And do you compare this feeling of calmness to feeling asleep?
No.
Yeah, no. You're
Ah,
Clear.
calmness and presence, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, super present. Yeah.
That's the thing. And this is because of the main reason. When we get into heart coherence, we are more present, but at the same time, we are very, very calm, right? Not
Mm.
passive. Okay, I'm calm and I let everything comes to me. No, 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 no. I am calm and I am here in this moment, right here, right now. Is that what you feel?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, just wondering here, I don't ask you many details, but just asking here, did you ask your question to the universe and this something useful came to you? Any insight that came to you?
I didn't receive anything yet. I did ask the question, so I figured it would come through when I'm present and calm and present at some point. So yeah.
Exactly. Meanwhile, it's important to enjoy the process
Right.
because if we look at this with the way of current way of life, oh, I want this now, I want this now, I want this now, it won't happen. Okay,
Exactly.
just to
Exactly.
the exactly just to the process, and then the outcome will come to you. The outcome comes to you. It's not that you get the outcome. Is that you get in at peace, you go through the process, you transform yourself into a peaceful person, someone that gets your nervous system into balance, and because of this process, you will be ready to get the right information and the right download. And meanwhile, you will be very, very, very calm to take the right decision without feeling overwhelmed, right?
Yes.
That's the
Absolutely.
thing. To take the right decision without feeling, oh, this is too much or this is too worried. No, that's one of the main outcomes here. And this is one of the first outcomes to boost emotional resilience. 10 minutes of daily practice, that's all that we need, according to studies. But if we continue this process on other levels, and this is what scientific studies were not able to go yet, and but our methodology starts to prove this, is that when we cultivate inner balance, emotional balance, this will allow us to get into new level of awareness. I don't have to convince you about this. Just follow the process and you will see the results by yourself. Okay? Uh, Actually it takes a few weeks or a few months of consistent practice for this, right? More or less, that's what it takes. For some people who are very, 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 very asleep, it may take years. But for you, it will take a few weeks or no more than a couple of months. That's what I'm feeling right now. You don't have to believe what I say. Just do the process and then you will see. Okay?
Of course. Yes.
Wonderful. So, would you like to share Jess and Christine, with Maria, how this meeting was for you and what's your main conclusion about this? Because Maria is already arriving now and we're just about to finish.
Sure.
I think I will definitely just add it to what I do on a daily basis. I think for me, like I get very excited really easy.
Oh,
Especially like when receiving information, I get really excited. Too excited sometimes, and this will help me kind of channel and focus it a little bit better. So I'm very thankful for this information. Can
thank
you
you,
tell
Christine.
I'm an excitable person?
Yes, yes, yes. We have to be very selective in what we choose to do, right? Sometimes less is more. So we have to be
Yes,
very wise at what we choose to do, right?
I
Yeah.
struggle with that too.
Thank you, Christine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christine. And you, Jess, you want to share something with Maria, who is already here?
Um, what I'd like to share is that this is I've been doing a lot of like quieting work, like quieting your mind, quieting your thoughts, and actually being able to pay attention to the quality of the thoughts that are running through your mind. And so I feel like this is another tool to just push, recenter you in times when, let's say, things happen and you need to just get back to center. This is a good tool as well because it does help you connect to your heart and your mind and heart, and so and it's such a calming process. And I'm just gonna, like I mentioned before, I incorporated it into my morning ritual that I do already this morning. So I'm just gonna continue doing that. And you're right about these things are not an overnight type of thing. It takes time, it takes commitment, and especially if you are still struggling to quiet your mind or struggling with staying in the moment, this is a powerful tool to help you do that. So yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Thanks.
There's nothing wrong with the mind, right? The mind is already talking and talking and talking. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
The more we deny that, or the more we say, oh, shut up, it won't work. So we just have to say, okay, speak up, but I will pay attention to my heart. And then perform conscious breath. And according to studies, it is more efficient breath work than mindfulness meditation in order to reduce the levels of anxiety and stress. So if we are feeling some kind of overwhelm or anxious or stress, heart coherence exercises is more efficient than mindfulness meditation, because mindfulness meditation consists about be aware of your own thoughts, but it's easier to be aware of your own breath. So once you control your breath, you cannot control your thoughts, but you can control your breath. And once you do this, the rest is much easier. So the doorways to heaven, let's say like this, is the heart. Is the heart through the breath, and or the breath through the heart, right? And the heart through the breath, right? Sorry. And then once you control your breath, you control your heart, and you control the information that is sent to your brain through the vagus nerves. So this is what we did in this exercise, to educate you at the same time you perform this breath work. So if you do this again and again, you will feel that sensation. And once you feel that sensation, that is something that you will never again forget in your life, because it's not about a rational knowledge. It is something that you felt. Once you feel, nobody can deny that. Okay?
Great. Yeah, and you were saying about the sympathetic and parasympathetic. So when you're activated, your heart's probably racing, and when you start to breathe, it brings you back. If you're focused on your heart as opposed to your thoughts.
Exactly.
I can see how it brings you back to the parasympathetic, it calms you down, and then of course your mind follows, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The heart leads and the
Yeah.
mind follows.
Right.
The mind follows.
Yeah.
Why? Because there is 80% of information being sent from the heart to the brain and only 20% of information from the brain to the heart. The brain says to the heart, okay, slow down or accelerate a little bit. And the heart sends way more information to your brain. That's why it's easier to control the, the nervous system through the heart. You just control the most powerful tool, which is our heart. This is the first organ that is already conformed in us when we are conceived here, and it's the last one that works once we leave this dimension, right? So it does make sense that controlling our heart is the first thing we have to do. Our mind can never be controlled. We think it is controlled, but there are many, many, many different layers. But the heart is only one, very simple, but although it is extremely powerful and it has an intensity of as powerful as 5,000 more intense than the electromagnetic produced by our head, by our minds. So controlling our heart is the most efficient and the easiest. And you already felt that it is a very, very simple and powerful tool. You didn't do this practice before, or maybe you did sometimes or a few times. It works always, even in people when they are already anxious and they never perform meditations, they never did this kind of exercises, but they do want to make a shift in their lives. This is something that works always. And for some people, asking to meditate is too much, especially if they're anxious or stressed. So what do we have to do? Okay, relax. And typically, right? Relax, take a deep breath, and release. And everyone can do that without or with experience. So that's how simple it is, and that's how it works. Maria, do you have any final question to ask before closing this
No,
meeting?
I'm sorry. I came late, and it's and I experienced this meditation before, and it's very powerful.
Mhm.
You can control and you can relax and you can get ideas and what to do next. You connect with your intuition, so it's very good.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is so powerful that I remember one of my clients already told me that she could solve a problem that was already affecting her for one person for 30 years and the other person for 50 years, 50. And I told her
Yeah.
in just 10 minutes. And I told her, what do you do? I know, just connect to the source, and I got the right reply and I made a shift. And I say, oh my God, this is so incredible. Yes, this is the power of heart coherence. And the good news is that anyone can do this. Even if they decide to do this, perform this protocol with ancient tools, with mantras, light language, and drummings, we have a protocol ready. If anyone wants to get this kind of device, the ENSA biofeedback device, we can ship this device wherever you are, and then we can show you how it works, and you can use it for you and for other people. In just 1 month, you train yourself, and in the next month, you start training other people. It's extremely easy and efficient. So thank you, Jess. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Maria, for being here. How can you summarize in one word or one phrase how you feel right now?
I feel great.
Peaceful.
Relax.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm also very excited and very happy for your presence. So I appreciate this presence of yours very much. And I can't wait to see you more at the day of tomorrow, and day number 3, the last day. Okay?
Okay.
I thank you.
Take care,
Thank
you
you.
all.
Much.
Have a
Thanks.
blessed day. Bye
Thanks,
bye.
Maria.
Bye bye.